Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, then turn that notification button on right now.
WWE Superstars are some of the most hard-working, talented individuals in the entertainment industry. Physically imposing, yet charismatic and fun-loving, they have to be at their best while performing, and in being articulate. It isn't by luck that they are some of the most highly paid individuals in the entertainment business. Those in WWE spend around 200 days on chartered flights, cars, and hotels, and hence, whenever they get downtime, they look forward to getting back to their homes. The Superstars own some of the most impressive, awe-inspiring mansions, which once again highlight the amount of work they put into accumulating the wealth. While some of the Superstars consider the road to be their home, they put in a great deal of thought and effort into buying properties. With the top tier performers earning over $1 million per year, they now have the luxury to eye properties that would have been inconceivable to them before signing up with the company. Today, we look at the top 10 mansions owned by WWE Superstars. The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla is one of the hardest working individuals in the industry. From competing for wrestling promotion to touring the states with his band Fozzy, to writing autobiographies, and last but not least, doing his own podcast, Chris Jericho has certainly earned his livelihood, saying that while he isn't working, Jericho enjoys the fruits of his labor with his children and his wife Jessica. The Irvings have bought a lavish mansion in Tampa, Florida, overlooking a lake. Jericho purchased the 4-bedroom house for a reported $970,000 over a decade ago, which also has an indoor swimming pool. Considering he lives in one of the most expensive properties in Florida, I would think that's something that wouldn't be on the list.
You just made the list!
The Texas Rattlesnake was arguably the most popular pro wrestler in his heyday, and helped in ushering the Attitude Era in the WWE, so it would be a massive understatement to say Austin made bank in the WWE, cause he really made more than that. Austin currently hosts the Steve Austin Broken Skull Challenge, a reality competition show on CMT, and also has his own podcast. Austin's redneck character isn't just a gimmick either. In fact, Austin owns a ranch in Tilden, Texas, which happens to be his Broken Skull Ranch. Austin lives in a mansion inside the ranch, which spreads over 2,000 acres. Steve's mansion is estimated to cost around $45 million in today's market, and is surrounded by a river, barns, multiple ponds, and wilderness, which is good if he wants to go hunting. Austin also reportedly purchased a house in California, and in 2017 purchased another home in Maria del Rey's Golden Triangle section, which cost him around $1.49 million. Not too shabby for someone that played the character of a blue-collared worker in WWE. The former heavyweight champ was one of the most marketable superstars in WWE. Given Mysterio's appeal and his status as a legendary performer, WWE hesitated to let Rey go, and has failed to find another superstar to replace him on the roster. After traveling the world for years and plying his trade in WCW, ECW, and finally WWE, Rey Mysterio bought a visually stunning mansion in California. When the WWE crew visited Rey's house years ago, the masked superstar showed off his beautiful labyrinth, including a massive aquarium that he just built. Mysterio also put his collection of antique swords on display, and owns one of the actual swords that was used by The Rock in the movie The Scorpion King. Rey also embellished his house with toys and action figures from his WCW and WWE days. And what mansion is complete without a swimming pool? Mysterio's house has a pool in the backyard with a waterfall display to boot. And now we see a good reason for Mysterio to walk away all those years ago. Most of Punk's colleagues have previously talked about Punk's fragile lifestyle on the road. CM Punk's final years in WWE weren't all that bad though. The Second City Stamp became one of the longest reigning WWE champions in the past 2 decades, and was assured of a high profile match on the WrestleMania card in 2014 before he decided to walk away from it all. While Punk's MMA career hasn't gone the way you would have hoped, he has very little to complain about, considering he lives with his wife in a magnificent condo in Chicago. Punk bought the place back in 2010 for an eye-watering sum of $2.15 million, and his customized 5-bedroom condo includes a 2-story living room. Punk certainly refurbished the house in his vision, complete with a tree-themed bedpost, a movie theater room, jacuzzi tub to relax in after a long day, and a 3-car garage. Punk also has a tattoo parlor on the first floor, and the UFC welterweight can just as well call it a day to enjoy life with his missus if he chooses to. Bill Goldberg was one of the most popular wrestlers in the 90s and was undoubtedly WCW's marquee name till its final year of existence. This meant that Goldberg was making preposterous amounts of money while working for WCW, as much as $3 million in 2000, and when WCW folded, he wasn't desperate to work for WWE and let his contract with WCW run out. During this time, Goldberg purchased an exquisite Mediterranean-style home in California for an estimated $2.5 million. Goldberg's love for cars has been well documented, and the former Universal Champ has a 5-car garage bay on one side and a 3-car garage bay on the other. The 4,600 square foot property also boasts a massive pool, making it the perfect abode for Goldberg and his family. The Big Show has been with WWE for nearly 2 decades and worked for WCW before jumping ships to Vince's company. The 7-foot giant has been one of the longest serving superstars on the roster, and McMahon is known to take care of his loyal employees. The Big Show owns not 1, but 2 properties in Florida. The former WWE champ bought 1 home in Miami in 2007, which is estimated to cost him about $3.7 million. The estate came with its own boating dock, since it was next to a body of water, and it also had a swimming pool. The Big Show was able to purchase another property from none other than The Undertaker, and the Giant can be found at both these places when he's not on the road with the WWE crew. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon have been married for a decade and a half, and the power couple have 3 beautiful daughters. While Stephanie and Triple H are often on the road, given their positions in the company, they love nothing more than to relax with their family in their mansion. The couple own an estate in Weston, Connecticut, which is very close to Vince's property. Considering Triple H and Stephanie are often traveling, the property is heavily gated, and is everything one could possibly dream of, including a gorgeous outdoor pool in the backyard. The 16-time world champ has achieved everything there is to accomplish in the business. John Cena is the yardstick to which all other superstars are compared to today. The former WWE champion carried the company on his back for over a decade and is now focusing on his acting career. The leader of C Nation has a waterfront house and a private gated community in Land O'Lakes, Florida. Cena, along with Nikki Bella, live in a nature's reserve, which has a swimming pool, a boating dock, and a posh guest house. Furthermore, in what can only be described as an extension of one's fantasies, John has his own cigar room, modern antique decor, and a clothing room. There's an elevator that connects the clothing room to the master bedroom, something that is straight out of a movie. Guess that maybe explains why Cena never paid too much attention to the boo boys in the WWE audience. Vince McMahon built an empire that will likely never be replicated. Vince ensured that WWE would break the shackles that confined it to a sport, and in doing so transcended the wrestling business. From ending the territory system to making his product globally successful, Vince's vision resulted in WWE becoming the leader of sports entertainment today. While not everything that Vince has touched turned into gold, McMahon built a billion-dollar empire that will continue to thrive long after him. It is therefore no real surprise that Vince McMahon's mansions are both impressive and awe-inspiring. Vince and Linda live close to their daughter and son-in-law, and their estate has a large driveway, pool, luxurious gardens, and a conservatory area. The private estate ensures that the most powerful man in the industry remains undisturbed, and their mansion isn't too far from WWE headquarters in Connecticut. Every WWE superstar that harbors thoughts of getting into Hollywood follows in the footsteps of Dwayne Johnson. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment opened doors for WWE superstars to foray into movies, but it wasn't before he captivated the imaginations of the WWE fans through his charisma and impeccable mic work. The Rock is considered to be one of the greatest entertainers of the business, so getting into movies was a natural progression for him. Dwayne Johnson is now the highest paid actor in the world, and given those accomplishments, it certainly wouldn't surprise anyone to find The Rock at the number 1 on our list. Dwayne Johnson sold his LA home a few years ago and moved into the upscale Landmark Ranch Estates west of Fort Lauderdale. This is estimated to be worth $4.5 million, and the name of his property translates to Golden Stone. The 13,700 square foot property has a Mediterranean style to its look and includes a 6-car garage bay. With Rock's net worth estimated to be $190 million as of April 2017, the former WWE champ certainly knows how to make a statement, even with the property he decides to buy for himself and his family. And these are the top 10 mansions owned by WWE Superstars. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I will see you later with more wrestling videos.